And here with us now is Congresswoman Kat Cammack, Republican lawmaker from Florida. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us. So you are on the southern border right now examining the situation firsthand. What have you found?
Well, what I've seen is just unconscionable. It is the most heartbreaking humanitarian crisis that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And what I saw just yesterday was 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds walking up to Border Patrol agents out of the brush. It's unconscionable, really. There's no other word. You get so upset and you want to cry, but then you get so angry because this is a man-made disaster from the lack of leadership that we have in Washington. I saw and spoke with young girls who have taken 17, 20-day journeys from Guatemala, Honduras, up through being escorted by cartels. Their parents have paid $6,000. And when they're struggling to speak, we ask the Border Patrol agents why they're having a hard time speaking. And it's because they've lost their voice from screaming because they have been raped. It is unconscionable what we're seeing down here. This is a humanitarian crisis. This is a national security crisis. And we are encouraging this through the policies of the Biden administration. This is human trafficking happening right in front of us. And if you are a 6-year-old, you are being trafficked back and forth, used as a pawn by the cartels.
So I understand you went on a walking tour to see the current operations at the border. What was that experience like? What did you see on that walking tour?
So what we've seen is a couple of different things. The wall, for example. The wall construction has stopped completely. In this sector alone, the Rio Grande Valley sector, which is the busiest one as far as apprehensions, narcotics, smuggling happening, they were allocated a little over $2 billion for 110 miles of border wall back in 2017. To date, they only have 23 miles completed. And of that 23 miles, only 3 miles has the technology that has the sensors, the cameras, and the lights as part of it. There's gaps everywhere. And because of the humanitarian crisis, they have taken the 900 Border Patrol agents that would be in the field apprehending and turning people around. They're now in the Donna facility and elsewhere, basically glorified babysitters trying to manage the humanitarian crisis with all of the unaccompanied minors that have come across. The border wall, it works. I have talked to dozens of agents and they say, we need the wall. Please resume construction. And the most egregious thing of this is that we're still paying the contractors.
So we're told you also toured a migrant processing facility. Was that the Donna facility?
Yes, so we saw both the Donna facility where they are processing children and families, but we also saw TOPS. TOPS is literally a bridge, and then underneath that bridge, it's construction, wiring and barricades that they have put together, kind of like a nightmare Disneyland of sorts, where illegals can come right up, self-report, basically just walk up and say, hey, I'm an unaccompanied minor and I'm supposed to turn myself in. I just crossed the river. And they get processed and then they get turned over to an NGO. And then the NGO pays for a bus ticket to go anywhere in the United States that they want to go. They are just completely overwhelmed. And this is happening with facilities all along the border. The conditions are as best as the Border Patrol agents can make them. Customs and Border Patrol has done a phenomenal job with the limited resources that they have. But at the end of the day, these folks are not here to be babysitting children. They are here to be protecting our borders. And we are being distracted by this humanitarian crisis that's happening. Meanwhile, narcotics are flowing at a rate of 5,000% increase from just last year.
So let me ask you this. We see this situation really worsening by the day. We see some of these images. Here's horrific stories. Congresswoman, what do you think is the solution?
The solution really is implementing what the Trump administration had put in place. It's something as simple as a queue, establishing a queue where people coming across a legal port of entry, if that goes away, which it's currently being litigated right now as something that should go away, if that goes away, we're going to see thousands of illegal migrants trying to basically rush to get across that single white line onto U.S. territory, because then that automatically triggers a process. With a queue, it's orderly and it allows Customs and Border Patrol to allocate their resources to narcotics detection, to the smuggling. We have gang members, terrorist watch list folks that are coming across These are the things that Border Patrol agents need to be focusing their resources on, not processing unaccompanied minors who are being brought over by the cartels by the thousands.
Well, Congresswoman Kat Cammack of Florida, we appreciate you being with us this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.